everybody, and welcome back to Welcome Grove Homestead. So today is the day after Christmas, and what I want to do is get these goats moved back into their respective pens. Breeding is for the most part done. We have two open doelings that they're still just not quite big enough, but they don't need to be kept separate from the rest of the doe herd anymore. And I would really like to get all of the pregnant goats all into one pasture and get through all of their bullying, social hierarchy, whatever, before they're heavy bred. You want to plan to not have them whacking each other when they're enormously pregnant. So I want to get, Kitty is still basically a new goat to these girls up here. So I know that Kitty is going to get beat up on a little bit, and she's also the most bred, the most pregnant. She's the first goat that will be due, so I want to get her moved into here. And the nights are actually, they're still going to be cold, but they're not going to be so frigid that I'm going to be able to keep an eye on her and make sure that she's going to stay warm enough if she does end up being a little more isolated. Make sure we have plenty of bedding in there, and we do have a whole lock-up pen if we need to put her in there overnight due to overzealous bullying. So because the 4 Nigerian does, that's Molly and Arwen, are the 2 doelings, Betsy and Jane, and Kitty, that's 5 does, are going to move up here. And the 3 boys that are up here, there's 2 bucks and a wether, makes 3 boys, they're going to move from this pen and go back down to the boy pasture. So, going to get everybody shifted, moved around back to where they should be. These guys are back up to their antics now that they're being let out. So all the birds are now out and about, roaming the property again, very happy. Everybody was locked up for a couple of days when it was super duper cold and we didn't feel like having to round them up. But we are missing one turkey. I don't know where she is. Gotta go find Autumn. There she is. There you are. Just making sure you're alright. Hello, gentlemen. Just hanging out over here where the food goes. One big happy turkey flock. Alright. Let's get these goats moved. Mission accomplished, and actually done a little easier than I expected it to be. Now I'm going to go let those bucks out. I put them in the lockup pen while the doelings were still in here because I don't think they're in heat, but just in case, you don't want anybody getting bred. So we're going to let the boys out, and then we are officially done with musical goats. Alright, gentlemen, you can come out into the bachelor pad now. There we go. Officially bachelors again. Hercules. I know it's very exciting. Settle down. Oh, Rocket. I'm terribly sorry. There's no girls. Is this absolutely necessary? You have to rub up on me, sir. I need attention. Needy goat. They're all going to be sorting out their hierarchy again. Ooh, teamwork. Teddy has kind of got it in for Java. When I was breeding Betsy and Jane, he did not like Java being in here with his girls. Which is funny because Teddy's a wether. And Betsy's actually his mom. But he was very possessive of both the Nigerian does. But I rock it. So, back to a bachelor pad. Well, the excitement over here seems to have died down. Boss ladies are all clustered up over there. Everybody else is checking out the barn, hay feeder, all that stuff. And then there's Bandy. Hi, Bandy Lou. Hi, Bandy. Oh, honey, look at that tail. Look at that tail go. You sweet girl. So I have been moving goats. David.
Yes, ma'am.
What have you been doing?
Labeling and weighing meat.
Meat.
It's from our pork cutting day the other day, our butchering day, and for the most part, you can kind of see how we tried to label in that freezing cold temperature, but
Very
the
pale.
pen was frozen and it wasn't labeling well. So,
Because how cold was it in that barn?
oh, it was like 8 degrees. It was freezing. Our breath was like a dragon. It was fantastic.
Super cold.
So what I'm doing now is I'm getting a total weight of all our cuts, labeling them, and then bringing them back down the hill into the freezer in the basement. And I'm hoping somewhere in the bottom of this ice chest is Amanda's mom's glasses, because they seem to have disappeared.
Oh no.
Sometime between the pre-Christmas cutting and now. So we're hoping they're in the bottom of an ice chest of frozen meat.
And if they are there, that they're not broken.
Yeah.
Yay
for us. Anywho.
Meanwhile, behind you,
Oh.
the dog.
Gideon is just having a ball, taunting the turkeys.
You know what? They followed him all the way down here.
Gideon?
They got their own thing with him. Because they were all up there at the other barn.
This little one, like, he wants to be a big boy. He's just not quite sure how to.
Yeah. We're going to need to put some sort of bands or something to make sure that we can keep everybody identified.
I'm watching you, yeah, I'm watching you.
They're silly. Meanwhile, just a couple of minutes ago, I was up at the goat pasture. Was about to set up my tripod for another shot, and my tripod broke. So, one whole leg snapped off. So, I guess I'm ordering myself a new tripod because it's really hard to film without one. Need a tripod, and I used to have 2 of these, and now they're both busted. The first one, the platform where the camera goes, snapped off when it got knocked over, and we are very fortunate that the camera didn't break, but the tripod did. And I was like, oh, it's fine, I got another one. And it's been working fine, except I'm wondering if it was the cold, because it's pretty cold out here. I'm wondering if that just made the plastic brittle, because I was not being rough with it, and it just snapped. So, that stinks. But it is what it is. Life in the day of a YouTuber. Alright everybody, it is the next morning, and we have had some snow. Now, the high today is going to get in the 40s, so it's probably going to melt, but it's very exciting. The kids are very, very happy to have some snow to play with. I ordered a new tripod, but it's not going to get here for the next few days, so camera angles may be a little weird, but we will somehow survive the next couple of days. But now I'm headed out to the barn to milk Miss Claire, Then we'll make the rounds and check on all the goats that I moved yesterday. Make sure they all made it through the night, which I'm sure they did, because it wasn't as bad as it was last week. Morning chores in the snow, and it's not even as cold as it was last week. Super fun. So a little tip for those of you out there who have goats. I put a post out on Facebook on a couple of our local pages saying, hey, I've got goats. They like Christmas trees. And I'm getting some messages back on people who have Christmas trees. So I just went and picked up a tree, and we're gonna give it to the goats for a special post-Christmas treat. Yay! What? They will have this thing stripped in no time. So they seem to be integrating just fine, especially the Nigerians, because they used to live in here with them. Kitty, however, kind of keeps to herself. But she'll assimilate. We'll get there. Alright, so it's a little bit later in the day now, but when I was out doing some errands, I got another message for another tree. So now I've got another tree here for the boy goats. I'm so excited. They're gonna get super excited. So we're gonna throw another tree in. There you go, gents. Marcus got to show the tree who's boss first. Then he'll eat it. Hercules. Hi, sir. All I want is love. Oh, buddy. All you want is love. So where once this morning there was a wintry wonderland of a dusting of snow, it is mostly thawed. There's still a few spots that stayed shaded all day that have a little dusting of snow, but tomorrow it'll be gone because it's actually going to warm up into like, it's going to be like 50 degrees I think tomorrow. It's going to be like hot. But we're getting ready to do our evening chores now. I'm heading up to Milk Claire. We're gonna get all the birds rounded up and put away. David's gonna be headed home from work soon. And we've got so much more stuff to work on because errands take so much time out of the day and then you're not getting stuff done at home. Thank you so much for joining me on this one. As always, this is your country nerd with a goat herd saying that you can grow where you are planted.